Leading with authority requires leaders to adapt their approach to meet the needs of their employees. A leader's innate leadership style doesn't always match the ability level of the person they are leading, nor does it always address where an employee is in their development. It can be frustrating for both parties when a mismatch occurs. Pillars 3 to 6 of leading with authority facilitates increased performance and stronger, more productive working relationships by leaders using a simple, flexible model based on 4 distinct approaches to leading. When leaders learn to align their leadership behavior with the competency and development levels of the people they are leading, they increase their potential for achieving top results. 6 pillars of leading with authority. Our 6 pillars of leading with authority builds on the situational leadership model developed by Dr. Paul Hersey and Kenneth Blanchard by including the self-awareness and other awareness components, as it is only through the observation and assessment of our performance and that of others that we know what we need. Pillars 3 to 6 of leading with authority considers what stage of performance development an employee is at and has leaders adapting their leadership approach to meet their employees' needs. Instead of using the same leadership approach, it has leaders consciously changing their behavior depending on the employee's stage of performance development. It adheres to the belief that no single leadership approach is better than another. When leading with authority, you aren't expecting employees to adapt to you. Instead, it's up to you to accommodate the stage of performance development the employee is at and match your leadership approach to their need. People-first perspective. Employees are people first and employees second, and their performance is a personal activity. It stands to reason that a people-first perspective on when developing performance will allow employees to engage in their experience, feeling confident their leaders are there to instruct, support, and coach them as they gain mastery. Understanding what employees need requires leaders to stop taking a one-size-fits-all to performance development. Rather than focusing on how the leader likes to lead, leading with authority requires leaders to adapt their style to meet the needs of employees at the stage of performance development. Learning how to shift to a different leadership approach, especially when delegating new tasks, onboarding, following a promotion, etc., can make all the difference to the employee's success and the success of the leader. Meeting the needs of employees. Leading with authority is about aligning leadership behavior with employee development needs. It's about using the right skills and behaviors with employees as they need them. It shows leaders how to align their leadership approach with the stage of performance development. It provides employees with concrete, specific expectations for performance and behavior, while at the same time promoting self-responsibility and accountability. It demonstrates the skills required of leaders at each stage and how to overcome employee resistance to being led. Rather than the leader expecting the employee to adapt and figure out what is expected of them, the leader's behavior follows the stage of performance development the employee is in and what they need. By adopting the right leadership approach, work gets done correctly, relationships are built up, and most importantly, the follower's development level increases. Success requires the leader having the skills to assess, adapt, and deliver what the employee needs to perform. Stages of performance development. The stages of performance development maps a sequential process for getting instruction and practicing, performing, and mastering a task, project, or behavior. It is a series of stages an employee goes through, which build on each other. Employees need different approaches from leaders as they traverse the steps because of increased experience and competence. When a leader only uses one approach, they can run into difficulty as they are not meeting their employee's need when the employee needs it. The stages of performance development doesn't take into account learning styles, but embraces all of them at one stage or another of the process. Instead, it builds a foundation for strong performance over time. Without understanding the different needs of employees during the stages, leaders continue to use their favorite approach to leading, frustrating the needs of the employees and leaving them to figure things out for themselves.